Comps. What are they good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again now. Comps. What are they good for? Absolutely nothing. Welcome to the No Bangers episode number 61. I am joined by the illustrious co-host, Mr. Rod from Picking and Punching Cards, Cary from American Arbitrage Cards, and I am Tim from Over the Years Sports, Daylight Savings Time, kicking my ass. Also, free agency legal tampering window is officially open while we're recording this. I will tell you, Alec Pierce just got the bag from the Indianapolis Colts. I think it's a 4-year, $140 million deal.
Dude, I don't think he's that good for that type of money. I
would have been 4 years, $135 million tops. That extra $5.
Okay, I exaggerate a little bit. It's 4 years, $114 million.
That's wild, man. Like, is he like a slot receiver? Or
yeah, I don't. Oh, you want to hear about something crazy? That deal will make him the highest paid free agent receiver in NFL history.
Wow.
I don't get it.
That's a lot of people are about to get paid because of that deal. Because he's not the best receiver in the league.
This is why the Dallas Cowboys are idiots, because Jerry Jones always waits and messes around, and he always pays like $5 or $10 million more for his players because he wants to just mess around, man.
No, he didn't go to the Cowboys.
I know that, but I'm saying is like watch the pattern what he did with Dak, did with everyone else. Like he waits.
The Cowboys make horrible front office decisions. Yeah. I talk about that all the time on Authentic and the Beer.
It's so bad, man, so bad. But anyway, dude, it's so funny that you brought up. Well, not you brought up, but that you started the podcast with that song today, because I got a video message about comps.
Are we allowed to play
I did tell him to send that. I did tell him he should send it for the podcast.
So we'll get to that later on. And it's someone who has an opposite opinion of kind of maybe what we talked about last week on the podcast when we talked about comps here.
We had a good debate. I'm not as good at it. I'm not as good at defending it as I should be.
So, because you're wrong, that's why. So it is what it is. But no, we got an interesting show today, man. I want to start with something really important, man. Did you see the posts about the fake slabs going around right now?
Well, fake slabs has been a thing for forever.
Yeah, but it's bad. Like, this is really, really bad, man. And I accidentally just closed out of it like an idiot.
Good thing I only buy $5 slabs.
Yeah, exactly. Good thing I don't really deal with slabs. I mean, so slabs are. Can we just say this? Even if they're worth money, they're boring. They're boring. I want to hold a card. I want to smell a card.
I disagree with you. I don't think
I enjoy it because listen, you know what?
Well, I'm not surprised you disagree, Rod. Look at that. You have $250,000 behind you in wax easily.
Okay, so and you would love to come over and rip it all.
Oh man, dude, you got so much 1990. It's crazy.
You would lose.
So I will tell you though, like, because I don't buy slabs very often.
Yeah.
When I do get a slab, like, it feels like a magical moment. But then I usually sell it so fast because people always ask, like, for slabs. So like, there's every once in a while. I'm working on a video right now where I bought a Johnny King slab. I got it for like $30 and I ended up selling it for like $125. So that was a good like flip on that one. But like, maybe I should start looking at more $20 slabs.
So let me tell you, I will tell you, I sell a ton of base rookie card slabs. Like between like the $20 to $50 price range, they sell so fast for me on eBay. And
I'm thinking about sending some stuff to CGC.
I mean, why not?
I don't know if I'm going to send my sports stuff yet, but I'm thinking about sending like my Zelda stickers, my Punch Out stickers, and some of my like pre-war soccer cards.
I think it'd be cool. It'd be a good experience for you. You know what I mean? You make some content around it, but send it off. And
my boy Enzo said he can, he'll take care of me. So, we'll see.
How's he going to take care of me? What do you mean?
Enzo who? Ferrari?
Yeah.
No, from No Flow Cards. They're like official CGC people. So he was like,
I have an account through CGC as well. So.
Yeah. So, Rod, they're both in Florida. Maybe they'll meet up when Florida happens.
Maybe No Bangers should just buy. What do we need? Like a heat press, a plastic machine.
Okay,
we just start No Banger grading.
Did you?
We'll just put 8, and then we'll put an ish at the end of everything. 8-ish.
Cary, when
9-ish.
I really like that.
That's funny.
The ishes.
But Cary, when I went to the flea market, the weekend you didn't go there.
Yeah.
The first table I walked up to, a guy had his own grading company, and bless his heart. That's all I have to say.
What was it called? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I would have to pull up. It's like the first. I'll send you the video of it and stuff like that. But he presses them. But I will say he was fair in his grading. Like he didn't give himself all 10s. He had like 8.5s. He had 7s in his thing.
That's
like
cool.
So he was kind of So he was being legit with that. But I'm like, he said he's also doing custom cards for like kids that play like Little League, which I thought was kind of cool, that part. But he has a little shop and he grades his own cards. And
I feel like
I'd be awesome to have my own card.
yeah.
So
So
no, dude. Allen and Ginter, where are you at?
But
Can you
see,
get the No Bangers on one card?
Yeah, I mean,
You're
seriously,
120th ranked right now. No Bangers.
We are a top 130 influencer in the hobby right now. So
According to the radio list, the sports card radio list.
all right, I'm gonna pull this video up. I'm gonna show you guys this
You
video.
have to be careful with this power, guys.
All right, so let me show you this video here.
Oh, I thought you were showing us.
I'm like, you
This
gotta be
is a-
careful.
This guy.
I thought he was just showing his Instagram feed. I'm like, be
Alright.
careful, buddy.
This is AC Breaks, and he posted this up here. But hold on.
Bunch of counterfeit
First of all,
cards going around.
can we
wanna
pause it for a
slowly
second?
take out time, and I want you to look at all these cards.
All right, go ahead.
He looks like Tim without a beard.
No, I would never wear my hat like that. That is I can't. Okay, I'm not gonna
Dude,
say.
you should not talk about wearing your hat. And talk about anyone else wearing their hat, bro.
Okay, all right.
My favorite thing about Tim's hat.
Rotates around
Yeah,
your
my
head.
favorite thing about Tim's hat is you know what time of day it is based on the rotation of the hat.
Because it's like the
Right now
sun
it's almost 1.
just rotates around the thing. There.
Okay. Is it a wife beater or a tank top? That's the real question.
I don't know.
have.
Let's focus.
There's a
Muscle
bunch
Can you
of
hear it?
counterfeit cards going around. I want to slowly take out time, and I want you to look at all these cards behind me. You're going to see the actual certain number of this card that actually sold, but it was in a different PSA slab. Look at that slab, guys. That is an old style
that thing
slab.
looks
This is a
legit.
custom-made slab. The slab is not real. The card looks maybe real, maybe fake. Definitely not a real slab. Same thing here in the Bijan. Look at the slab. Not real.
Why
Same
isn't he showing
thing,
the
these are
back of the
all
slab?
fake
Yeah,
slabs.
how do you know it's
Almost been
not real?
manufactured by Amazon.
Because they
The kid
caught
did
it
a
later
really,
on
really
after
good
they already
job
made the
printing. I
buy.
don't know why somebody would counterfeit this card or fake it. It's like a $300 card. The
But-
cam board, look at the slabs, guys. They're all not real.
Yeah,
And I'm
really
going to go
fast.
through all of them.
So what do you think?
What do I mean? What do I think? I don't understand.
Like, look at these. You showed the back of this
I
one.
mean, it's really, really cut bad, which is also kind of interesting. But look how thick it is, guys. I don't think mangas are really that thick. I'm going to look at a couple other ones I have. More of the story is, guys, why would somebody try to sell a lot of these cards and every single PSA
You get the-
front, the actual cert numbers?
You guys get the gist.
It's echoing.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. You guys get the gist of it, though. So I want to bring that up as a PSA announcement. Like, guys, be careful buying stuff out because these fakes are getting better and better, man. And if you are
is
buying,
the certain number, what does the caption say on there? That's what
So
I want to know.
he-
What the caption says.
so he said on the thing that the search numbers match up to the.
Very interesting stuff
hold
happening.
on. It says we had a massive wake up call in the shop today. Someone brought in a large collection to sell. While everything looked genuine at first glance, we realized we've been duped. After a close look, we confirmed that the slabs are 100% fake. Even more concerning, we strongly suspect that the cards inside are counterfeits too. The level of details on these is terrifying. Scammers aren't just faking the plastic anymore. They are also mimicking the labels, holograms, and the card stock itself. In reality, if these cards slip past focus and inspection throughout a busy day, they can end up in anyone's collection. They are getting dangerously hard to catch. So watch for red flags. He says the label test, check for inconsistencies, blurry barcodes, off colors, case seam, look for frosting, evidence of the slab being pried open and being resealed.
I think we're the prime podcast to talk about graded kabooms in downtowns. I feel like
but they also
we have a strong opinion about this.
Yeah, but there's also raw ones out there too that have been getting past that shows stuff like that. So like
I'm not looking at a raw downtowner kaboom unless it's like $25. That's why like we should call this hometown advantage podcast because isn't that the tops one, right?
Home field.
Home field. Would I say hometown?
Yeah, hometown.
Yeah, like the home field advantage is about as crazy as I'm going to get with the case hits.
So is he implying that these are being made by individuals? Or are they like being sold on like Temu and Etsy? Like I don't understand, because like I know that there's been instances, like I've been at a show before where it's happened, and a buddy of mine who's got a show coming up this weekend. Shout out Landers Rips. If you guys are in the DMV, Landers Rips card show is coming up this weekend. And there was a guy who was walking around selling fake slabs, and he caught it. But like, if they're faking cert numbers,
so the cert numbers matched up to the actual card on the site as well.
So then the card is fake and not the slab?
No, he said that the slabs are fake, and they suspected the cards are fake too in there.
They would just like look up PSA records, registry,
Yep.
look at a slab with a certain number and copy it?
I guess so. I guess that's what potentially they're doing. Yeah. I mean, as AI gets better and better, and as technology gets better and better when it comes to stuff, like this is a serious thing. We need to be very careful, because we talked about on an earlier podcast about how people were faking damage to the cards through the mail and stuff like that. So like, I brought this up more of as a PSA announcement for everyone. Just be very, very careful out there, because like,
especially with those high-end cards, like just like when you're looking at clothing, because we resell other things and you could feel the different fabric and stuff, and you could tell something's off with the way it's printed. Cardboard cards, raw cards are kind of easy to tell sometimes too, if you've done it a while. But now I guess you have to be aware of how thick the PSA slab is. You got to question everything. It's kind of scary.
But here's the thing: is like, think about the perfect crime would be the $50 to $100 price point, because no one's gonna no one's gonna assume that they're gonna fake a $50 or $75 slab. But it might cost someone $1 or $2 to do that, and going, that's something that you can find at a flea market, Cary, or come across a card show and something like that and buy it because you thought it was a good deal, and find out later on that they're fake. So I just would say be very, very careful. This is more just to bring it to people's attention. And,
okay. First major breaking news. Sorry, I'm going to do this all show. I think it's important. Super Bowl MVP running back Kenneth Walker signs with who?
Dallas.
Nope.
Seattle.
Nope.
Ooh.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh.
Is that 1 year deal?
It is. I don't know. I'll get you the numbers here.
That's a big one right there.
Because I mean, you have to remember, all this stuff is legal tampering. The official window for free agency doesn't open until Wednesday, but now everything happens during legal tampering.
They solidify it and sign it actually on Wednesday.
Tua got released this morning.
Yeah, Tua got released too. So it's going to be interesting. Are they going to be going?
You're up the road from Miami, Rod, if you want to throw your hat in.
Down the road.
Are you more like a run and gun quarterback, or just take hits?
Dude, are they going to go with Quinn Ewers, or do they sign somebody? Quinn Ewers is a buy all off season. If, by the way, that's not financial advice, but if you can, I would buy all Quinn Ewers.
His stuff was so cheap. Why not? Because he's going to fight. He's going to play for the. He played really well at the end of last year. Not to mention his stuff was super cheap to start off with, and they're going to bring in a veteran quarterback to probably compete with him. So he has
left. What's left of that vaunted 2020, pandemic rise quarterback class that was so valuable 3, 4, 5 years ago? I mean, Burrow has not been playing great. He's been injured. I mean, Herbert can't do anything once he gets to the playoffs.
Yeah, but
I feel like Herbert and Burrow though are pretty much like
Sam Ellinger. Are we going in on him?
He just got re-signed a 1-year deal with the Broncos.
There you go. See,
but I will tell you that
not financial advice.
Yeah, Burrow and Herbert are pretty much bulletproof. I think the one that's the Jordan Love is very interesting out of that class, and I think Jalen Hurts is undervalued.
Oh yeah, Jalen Hurts. He's still playing, Rod.
I think he has a Jalen Hurts jersey T-shirt on, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, dude. I wonder. Yeah.
Super Bowl MVP.
Do you get beat up in Tampa for that?
Do I get beat up? Come on now. Is that a real question?
Okay, so back to the slabs really fast before we move on. My whole thing is that if you're going to make a video like that, right? It bothers me that he's not explaining why they're fake. He's just like,
mention the thickness.
They're fake.
Well,
the thickness on one of them.
At the very end, he does talk more about it, but I cut it off there. But he talks more about like the cutting of the card was slightly off. He talks about like and then people in the comments too were saying that the spacing on the top of the label was off. But I mean,
see, like for me, it's like if you're gonna do something like that to help people, which I think is very good, you got to give people like okay, if you're at a card show, this is what you do to make sure that the slab is real.
well,
So like,
that's
are they scanning? Do they scan?
so the certain number pulls up. That's the problem.
But do they scan?
I don't know. I didn't get
That would be my biggest question: is if they scan, and then you can kind of look at this PSA scan in comparison to the card and kind of get an idea. But like, it's weird because he's saying that the slabs are fake and the cards are fake. So that's just like a whole other ball game there.
Yeah.
He said he thinks the cards are fake. You know what I mean? So like that's based off what he's seen off some of the cards stuff.
Because it could be that somebody's just taking like 7s and were they all 10s or were some of them 9s?
They might have been all 10s. Yeah. So.
Well, that's your first
That's
red
no,
flag
no.
there.
If
somebody walks into the shop and they're like, "Hey, I have a whole bag of PSA 10s,"
There's nothing wrong with that, dude. I've seen it happen multiple times when I'm at a show where the guy
that's
walks
a red
up.
flag, bro.
No, it's not a red flag.
1,000%. There's nobody walking the floor with nothing but PSA 10s.
There is
Not that many. Not that
PSA
many.
10. Yes, there is.
But they're gonna have at least a 1/9.
Okay, I didn't say that the guy who says the guy didn't. The guy just brought in a stack
But
of
that's
10s.
why I just asked you. I said, were they all 10s? And you said
He might have
no,
left
we're
the
all
9s
10s.
at home. He's trying to sell the 10s.
So I'm saying is, like, I've been at shows literally when I'm standing at the table, a guy has brought up a whole stack of 10s and just the 10s that he brought those to sell at the show. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah, just imagine this. Like somebody shows up at the show with a stack of 10s. Rod is negotiating for a case of 1992 Looney Tunes Upper Deck. Trying to get him at bottom dollar. That's a moment.
I mean,
That's
I
a
roll
moment.
around with a stack of 10s, cent cards,
Oh, yeah.
$10 bills.
I talked about that in my video this week because I just released it a couple hours ago. I'm like, I will look up 10-cent cards. I have no shame. I will.
Another reason I wanted to bring that one up though is because Jeff Wilson had I guess someone showed up, said they bought a storage unit in one of his videos, and they brought in literally like Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, like all these like top rookie cards from all the yesteryears and stuff like that. So you see a lot. I mean, you come across those before. And,
I'm really careful. Like if I'm even with cards with clothing, because I flip that too. Anything that's off at all, I stay away from it.
So what tips would you give to the viewers out there right now to avoid getting scammed on fake cards? Or is there something that, I mean, what would your steps be to look? Like if you were going to buy a card and you were questioning it, like what would you look at the card like?
If something's too good to be true, it probably is.
If the price is too good to be true, that's great. I mean, a lot of it comes from experience of digging in boxes. I say that about anything, like learning what to buy and sell, learning what's fake. It's going through the boxes and seeing what a real card looks and feels like. And then just going through, doing it enough, that, this card is unlicensed, this is fake, or this card, like I don't play in the Michael Jordan rookie realm, but I would not touch a Jordan rookie that wasn't graded. Now with this, it's an extra layer of, we got to worry about fake PSA slabs and everything and fake cards together. But I wouldn't touch certain cards unless they were graded. And I guess you'd have to do all your due diligence to make sure the slab seems legit now too.
Well, see, the thing is with me too, is like, you gotta understand, like it depends on the type of shopper that you are. Like if somebody is a professional slabber, right? Like the guys, who you see all over the social media, and like that's their style, right? They probably are like, no, because they handle that stuff a lot, right?
Exactly.
So like, know your wheelhouse. Like if I've got with one time, but the dealer told me that it was fake. But like I bought it anyways. Well, he gave it to me for free with my bundle because I thought it would make for good content, right? Like to show people.
If he told you it was free, how'd you get got?
Well, because I put it in my stack.
Oh, okay. Oh,
like,
gotcha. Gotcha.
You see me go through a bargain box, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm like the t-shirt bros at the the racks at the thrift store. So like when I'm going through the pile with him, he's like, "Oh, I don't think this one is real." And then I look at it and I'm like, "Oh, they didn't even do auto. It was a fake Luis Angel Acuna Bowman auto. And on the insert that doesn't have autos, and the sticker said Panini." And I don't even think the auto was Luis Angel Acuna's. It was just a whole lot going on in that card. I think I still have it floating around here somewhere for fun. But the point is that like when I'm in a dollar box, like if I get a bad card, then I've spent $1, right?
Yeah.
But if like I'm going to spend money on a card, I'm gonna like investigate that card because my money is very tight to me, right? Like I don't want to spend $20 on a card and then get home and it has a ding corner. Like I don't mind doing that with a 25-cent card, right?
Sure, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But that's why I said that. Like, if know your wheelhouse, if you're going to start getting into other things, then you should probably educate yourself as much as possible, because unfortunately we are in an industry that there's filled with sleazeballs. Right, that's just all there is to say about it, right? Like there's so much sleaziness going on.
When I was watching this video, the first thing that popped into mind is when all three of us were at the National, we went to trade night, and it was so like it was chaos everywhere at that place, and everyone was walking up. You're looking at people's cars going real fast, walk around like. That would be the perfect scenario for someone to get scammed or get burned on cards right there, because someone comes up to you, hey, you want interested in buying these? Just take a look. Oh, I'll buy this. They take the money, they walk away, and then you don't realize it till 10, 20 minutes later, and then you're screwed. That guy's gone. You know what I mean? Like, so like that's when I kind of want to. That's a big reason why I wanted to bring this up.
Well, you had an interesting situation happen at the flea market with the SGC stuff.
Yes, I did actually have a very interesting. I'm glad you reminded me about that, because I need to edit that video. But yeah, so let me talk about this, Cary. So I was at the flea market, and shout out to Tim, by the way. Tim helped me through this one. So I found a guy who had some SGC slabs, and they had the red label, almost similar to like a PSA label, okay? And they look legit. They look legit and stuff like that, but I'm not familiar with that red label. But I also know that CGC, because when you submit comic books, like they give you a different label for autographs, things are authentic, things are signed at in person, getting sent in. So they had different kind of labels. So I'm going through, and then he's like, oh, they're real. Pull them up on the website. So I tried to pull up the website. Nothing was pulling up. I said to Tim, like, hey, am I doing anything wrong? Tim's trying to pull up the website, couldn't pull it up. But then I had PSA like note cards. He said he bought the collection from someone who would go to spring training all the time. They had from like the 80s, and they had like note cards that were signed by like Cal Ripken and like note index cards, stuff like that. And like I would scan one in the PSA app and it would pull up. So like some were legit, some were scanning up, but those other ones were not coming up. Come to find out, Tim recommended that we mutual person we know, was it 45 flips?
540 flips, Brandon.
540 flips, Brandon, on Instagram. He used to be a bulk submitter for SGC, so I reached out to him. He said these were legit, and he also said that they used to do in-person autos, and you could send them in and stuff that they would authenticate, and they would use that red label, which I didn't know.
Really? I didn't know that. You never got back to me and told me that.
Yeah, well, I got sidetracked because I had to go. I did a comic book, but it was a long day. But anyway, so he said that they were legit, but he also reached out to his rep at SGC, and the rep said that they actually decertified all of them on their website. So
that's why it wasn't coming up.
That's why it wasn't coming up.
But did they say why they did that?
Because they no longer do in-person, like they authenticate the autographs and stuff like that for like in-person autographs and stuff. So they removed it from the website. So you actually have to email them a picture of the card, front and back of the slab, and they'll get back to you in a couple of days, and they'll let you know if it's authentic or not. That's the process. Yeah. So
did you end up buying the Gale Sayers?
I did not buy the Gale Sayers. They wanted $40 for it. It was a good buy, but the problem was it was a Proline portrait card. The guy was trying to tell me he pulled it out of the pack. This was a red flag for me. I know the Proline portrait cards, all the autographs are on the back of the card, not the front. And they have a little stamp in the bottom corner because it was a pack pull card. This one didn't have the stamp, and he's trying to tell me he pulled it out of a pack. I'm like, you didn't pull it out of a pack because it would have been signed on the back, not the front.
They're all going to have stamp 100%.
Yeah,
Some of them do, I believe, have autographs on the front, but in certain years I don't believe so. But yeah, if it doesn't have the stamp, you're going to have to go get it authenticated, basically.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that maybe he just forgot or whatever it was and stuff like that. But come to find out that is a legit slab. It was good there. But my problem is I can't buy those because how am I going to try to justify selling to someone else if you can't verify it through the website? Yeah. So then it would defeat the whole purpose. I would have to submit them to another website to verify that they're real, pay the $30 or $40 to do that. And now all my profit would just be wiped away. So like they were at a price point which I can make money off of buying them, even like the index cards and everything else because they were slabbed up. But unfortunately, there's no way to verify them. So
yeah, it's an interesting one. I will give you guys a quick little update. The Kenneth Walker contract was 3 years, $45 million.
So that's interesting now because they were supposedly going to draft your boy from Notre Dame at running back.
Yeah, there's no way he's going to fall to them probably.
Yeah.
But
you know what?
does his cards go up now? Because his cards, I feel like, were still undervalued.
Oh,
for winning
yeah, his
Super Bowl
cards, there's no
MVP.
doubt they're going to go up, in my opinion. Not financial advice.
Yeah.
It's
But
just
now
the
that he's a
KC with the
chief-
team.
Well, it's the Chief. Absolutely.
It's a perfect storm for hobby hype, it feels like.
MVP, Super Bowl MVP goes to, I mean, Seattle's not a big card market, first off. And then you put it Kansas City, which is one of the biggest card markets with Travis Kelce there, with Patrick Mahomes.
I just feel like Kansas City at this moment is like a national team. There are so many Kansas City fans because they've won so much. They're kind of like the Patriots, right? They just, I don't know if they were national. Yeah, exactly. And the Cowboys have kind of lingered since the 90s as a team that people follow, even not being from there. Seattle has ardent fans, but outside of Seattle, I don't know as much. So
the Rams get two-time Super Bowl champion cornerback Jalen Watson to a 3-year, $51 million deal, $34 million guaranteed. Commanders reach an agreement on a 2-year extension with Laramie Tunsil. And sorry to tell you, Rod, but Eagles edge, Jalen Phillips is leaving the Philadelphia Eagles and signing a 4-year, $120 million deal with the Carolina Panthers.
Damn it. I was hoping we were going to re-sign
Michael Pittman Jr. This is literally just coming in so fast. This came in just now. Michael Pittman Jr. being traded to the Steelers.
Really? For what?
There's the figures of the details of the trade haven't been.
I think Yancey Thigpen and Jerome Bettis.
That's funny. Hines Ward.
Hines Ward.
So I don't know if you guys saw this, but I wanted your guys' opinion on this. So Topps dropped this today as a pre-order, the 2026 Topps collector kit. And in this collector kit, you get 2 packs of 2026 Topps Baseball Series 1 pack of 2026 Topps Baseball Heritage, 2 packs of 25-26 Topps Flagship Basketball, and 1 pack of Topps Chrome Basketball.
Okay, let me ask you this. This is the question. What kind of packs are they from?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what matters.
That's a great question. Let me see if they actually have that in here. So
I'm glad being a Cary. That's the first thing that came into our
this
mind.
is retail.
But it also comes with 100 soft sleeves, 25 top loaders, 1 mag case, and an exclusive 10-page mini binder.
It had like an extra pack. Did you see that? It had the pack with these guys in it. It had a 9-card collector kit pack or something. For $40, if you can get it for $40, I think that's a perfectly fine deal. So I don't know if you're going to be able to get it, for that price outside of the lucky people who get it on the website. So. And
then we get plus 1 exclusive pack featuring 11 cards and 1 parallel. And then you get
$40, I think that's a solid deal.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so it's for pre-order. So what do you think? What's your thoughts of them combining the two? Baseball, basketball on the one as like a collector.
It reminds me of like the 90s a little bit, like where you could get like these little kits. I feel like there was kits, like you get binders, you can get all this. I think it's a smart idea.
I feel like it's a good, I'm assuming that they're retail packs.
Yeah, I'm assuming. It didn't say anything in the thing.
I would assume so.
Interesting thing I just highlighted there says wave 1. So that means they're going to be coming out with more waves. I'm assuming they're going to do one with the football and other stuff in it too down the line.
It comes with a binder, it said, right? It comes with a
mini binder. Mini binder.
I mean, if you want to encourage collecting, this is not a bad idea. I think this is totally reasonable and not a terrible idea.
I think it's great. I think that's what Topps needs to do. I think they need to do more stuff like this too. Do you know how many times people tell me that they go to Walmart and Target and that's where they buy their product, and then they don't have top loaders or they don't have anything else like the protector cards, stuff like that. So I think this is great.
There's only 2 things I want from them. I want more stuff like this, and I want more parallels. Think of all the fruits. Think of mangoes. Think of cherries. Think of blueberries. There's a lot that they're not doing right now that they could. They could do all the numbering to 1 to 2 to 8 to 47. It doesn't matter. All the numbers are available, Topps. Stop being a wimp.
Well, all right. Well, hit the nail on the head on that one there.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I can't wait for people to get those boxes and be like, "Oh, it's a garbage product." I had to go on Sports Card Nonsense on Facebook and like, look at that. It's all I didn't get any 101s in my box.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't get a frozen custard fractor or something.
Frozen custard fractor.
Oh, dude, I love a good frozen custard. Rita's,
I know, dude. I know.
Rita's Italian Ice is very interesting because they have Italian Ice, but it's also
when you're down here, and I don't know if you have this on your side of Florida, but Jeremiah's, man. Jeremiah's Italian shaved ice is insanely good.
I will tell you this too. If you guys,
I don't know where Rita's is, but I'll go.
Rita's, we have Rita's here in DC.
Yeah.
All right. Next time we're up.
I will tell you guys, if you ever go to Vermont, crack of the crack of crack. By the way, shout out to everybody who was happy about me talking about food. The Facebook page is called Married with an Appetite.
No one's happy to be talking about food.
Yes, your erotic about it Facebook page. We get it.
Yeah, you wrote those comments.
I did not. But anyways, Maple Creamy in Vermont. It's not ice cream. It's not self-serve, but it is like something in between. And it's made with Vermont maple. And it is absolute crack. You get a Maple Creamy with an apple cider donut fresh off the press. And it is just like heaven.
What if you're at the National at the bargain box, just in the zone, somebody comes up and gives you one of those? Are you gonna pass out?
That would be awesome.
We're gonna have to bring you back.
I mean, and like they had it like in like a
there's like
thing that they transport organs in, and instead they
we just,
Maple Creamy.
Hey Tim, we want to make your day even better. And then dude.
I mean, I'll take a few organs too. I'm sure I could use some. That would probably be an upgrade.
Yeah, Rod's opening a pack with some 1970s like independent wrestler or something that he found on the floor.
That would be awesome, actually.
That would I know you'd love it.
That one there. So on there. So we got a question from Neon Penguin. As an avid no banger experts here. What do you guys do?
Breaking news. Sorry, this is a big one.
Turn Neon.
Because I've been telling you guys for a while now, buy your Malik Willis cards.
Where do you
We're just talking about Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, he's going to Dolphins.
The Dolphins are signing Packers quarterback Malik Willis. Yeah. 3 years, $67.5 million. I don't like it for Malik Willis. I just literally said how bad the Dolphins are going to be this year. Now they're signing Malik Willis. I don't like it, Malik. I don't like it. I love Malik Willis. I don't like him there. But maybe they keep Jalen Waddle now.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see on that one.
Big news, though.
All right. So Neon Penguin says, as no banger experts, what do you guys do when you pull a banger from a pack? Do you guys get an adrenaline rush? Do you guys start sweating? Start shaking? Do you run out and tell your best friends? Take us through the emotions and thoughts at the moment and after, please. So Tim, let's start with Tim here. So when you pull
pulled the least amount of bangers,
when you pulled that superfractor from the G League box, true story, that really did happen. Walk us through the emotions.
Yeah, I was pretty excited. I was like, I mean, because like that's the first time I've ever pulled a superfractor. So like when I saw it, I was like, is that gold geometric or gold X-fractor? No. This might be a superfractor. And then I pulled it, and it was, I don't even remember the guy's first name. I know it was Keldon Johnson's brother. And I mean, I was pretty stoked. I don't know. Like, I feel like I've pulled a couple of big cards during breaks. And like, I don't know, like I'm a geek. I'm not like a frat bro, I'm not one of those guys when I pull one, but yeah, it's definitely an adrenaline rush, man. It's, I don't know. I have really bad luck all the time. So when something good happens to me, I'm like looking for something bad that is in the good, like, oh, there's got to be a crease in this card. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm pretty normal when it comes to stuff like that. I get more excited about like watching like the Commanders games, and that was very difficult because I had to like learn how to do that without like screaming and the baby and everything. So I like that was like a lot of practice, like this like burst of energy without letting it out. That's kind of how I would be when I'm opening cards, because I don't want to look like a maniac, but I feel like there are certain circumstances where it's called for, and especially like when it's like a kid or like a real collector who's like opening a card like on a park bench and they pull something big, like if they want to get excited, that's more power to them. It's the like over the top, it's the aggressive throwing the card.
It's like the manufactured non-real reactions that a lot of breakers do because they're selling product or because they're trying to hype up the crowd. It's the inauthentic that I think is annoying about it. Well, but a real moment is awesome when you have them.
Cary, walk us through your emotion. I mean, you pulled the Caitlin Clark 101 at the National, so like you have actually had this happen to you.
That was insane. I always had said or had thought that I'm not the shaker. I'm not the guy that freaks out. That was the first off. I was shaking. It was such a huge hit that it was unbelievable. I'm going around telling everybody that I could. It's in the video, and the other side of my brain is being like a content creator. I'm like, oh my gosh. I just hit the jackpot as far as like cool content. Like I made shorts on it. I made a video on it. That next day I think it was out that evening or the next day. I forgot when I put that video out. But it was disbelief. I thought I was going to drop it. I was constantly reassessing what the value of the card was. And with me, usually when I reassess a value of something I buy, it almost always is going down. I'm like, oh man, I was a little too impulsive on that, right? But that every time I talked to people, it felt like it was going up and up in value. And it was insane. I was shaking. I was freaking out. I don't think I yelled. Dawn was mad. We only got 2 cards in that pack. She thought we got ripped off.
That's the best part.
I was literally carrying a case, not of cards, Rod. Unfortunately,
yeah. I called
I was carrying a case of top loaders to the car because I didn't want to carry it around the card show. And my phone's like blowing up, and I have like 17 things in my hand. I'm like trying to get it. And Carrie's like, "Dude, you got to get back here right now. I don't know what to do with this thing." It was fucking.
Yeah,
it was
we
amazing.
walked around the floor.
Yeah,
Tim,
we went
to your guy.
Boys at Bel Air. Yeah,
Bel Air. That
it was
awesome.
Like that's the other thing too is that like I get so excited for other people too. Like that's like I think that's just that's naturally who I am because like I grew up where it's like like a bunch of my boys, like you're always rooting for other people, right? Like if somebody 100%. In our crew succeeds, like kind of like we all succeed, right? Like you always want to cheer your brothers on. So like I get excited, just as excited for other people, especially people that I know when they pull a big card, as if it was I pulled the card too, just because like it's an experience and not everybody obviously gets to experience it all the time. So like it's cool to be a part of.
I will say I've hit a couple big cards like the Ashton Genty Superfractor. I hit the Shohei Tops Now short print 50/50. I hit. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I
hit the All Kings, right? But
All Kings Shohei.
Yeah.
That was during a break though for someone too. And I would say me personally when it's my personal rip and stuff that I'm like a little kid. Like I get excited. I'm like I start like yelling like because that's naturally how I am. I get overexcited. Like I'm super happy because it literally takes me back to my childhood. Ripping cards, like sitting on the couch with my dad, watching boxing or something on pay-per-view and ripping cards together. So I truly enjoy that. And I think the best part, just like Tim said, is experiencing other people's wins. So first thing I did was either FaceTime you guys or I put it in the group chat because
our group chat is always filled with our finds and bargain boxes or our cool buys or whatever.
I think it's so the point I'm getting at here is I think it's very important for you guys to out there that listen to this to find people that you can share your passion with because when they have those wins, like it helps me feel good and it helps me like want to go and do more. Like emotion and mood is a huge thing in the card industry because when I go to a card show, if I'm having a bad day, like it really impacts the rest of my picking throughout that day. Same thing if I'm ripping. Like if I'm ripping, I'm just getting like skunked box after box. Like
you just keep ripping, right?
No, not always.
I would also say, like if
Rod
you guys
he just text messages at like 4 a.m. He's like, I finally pulled the kaboom, guys.
Oh, dude.
Rod
goes on like little jaunts, like where you just know he's in a rip frenzy, which I love. And you get into it.
Contest on that. For my birthday was in February. I bought myself a case of Combat Anthology because I wanted to try to chase a kaboom. And it took me 10 boxes to actually hit the kaboom. So, but
which one was it again that you got?
Mystico. It was he's a MLW. He looks like Rey Mysterio Jr. He's a wrestler. It's like a $300 card, a $200 card. So
I just want to tell you guys right now, I am literally like in super like depressed mode. The Commanders are not signing anybody. They have. Well, I don't know what's happening.
You guys are horrible.
I'm sorry. We have all this money to spend and all these holes to fill, and everybody who is on our radar is just coming off the board. Isaiah Likely just signed with the New York Giants. Joseph Asai just signed with the Jets.
Dang.
That's
like who else?
That goes to show you right there. They rather sign with the Jets than with the Commanders. You got bigger issues, my friend. Bigger issues.
I mean, as much crap as we give you for Washington, I think they're solid. I think they got a lot going for them.
Solid for dumpster fire, absolutely.
I know you hate him. I'm a Jags fan. I'm still hopeful we could just somehow make the playoffs again. We'll see.
I know. We'll see here, but yeah. So going back, make sure you guys celebrating people's wins is huge. But all right, what do you guys think of crossover cards? Are you guys a fan of crossover cards? Not a fan where they mix sports together and do things like that?
I am a fan of this. I'm a fan of short print image variations of athletes playing other sports on short print cards variations.
Interesting. Okay.
I love that.
I just sold a Nolan Ryan short print out of Topps where he's throwing the football.
I love that card. Absolutely love that card.
I just sold that. I have a hockey short print image variation with the inauguration year of the Seattle Kraken throwing a football, Jordan Eberle. So yeah.
What do you guys think of this? They're putting John Cena and Shohei on a card together. Topps now, where Shohei's doing that "You can't see me." John Cena's famous saying.
Yeah.
I think this is awesome.
I just wish there was images on this picture or on this card right here.
No, I don't like this.
You don't like this? Why?
Because it's Topps now.
Okay,
put it in a set. I don't want to see it in Topps now where there's 700 million of them. Topps is making more money on Topps now right now than they probably are Topps Chrome.
I'm just saying
mega boxes.
Wait a minute. Yeah. First off, mega boxes basketball are selling the secondary market for like 125 to like $150, and they're sold out everywhere.
Yeah, they're doing that because of the X Factor trade-ins.
By the way, do you see the class action lawsuit was filed against them?
Yeah, of course it was.
It was filed out, I think,
Chuck.
Two or 3 days ago. About that.
Did you? What's the good? Because you are probably have the Topps Now bookmarked on your web browser.
I do.
Can you pull up and tell me how many Topps Now cards were ordered for Jack Hughes?
Oh, the Jack Hughes. Oh, let's see if they actually have it up there yet. I don't know if they do.
I bet you they made probably $10 million just on that card.
Oh, I'm sure. Probably. I mean, but so Tim, tell me why you don't like. You just don't like this just for the fact that it's
Topps Now. Yeah,
Topps Now.
I love the idea. I think it would be a sick card if it was like put in a set.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I don't like. I feel like they're wasting a lot on these Topps Now stuff now.
See, I disagree with you because this is the best way to capitalize on a certain moment. Like,
I understand that. Listen, it's not that I don't like. I do like the concept of it, but I don't like how they're managing it now, method. Right? Like, yeah, and I feel like there's some of these things that like these moments they're super dope, right? But now, like the way that they're manifesting it in Topps Now, it takes away from their ability to have that moment in a set.
But I think in modern times, maybe in 1988, it's one thing like to recall a moment from last season. But in 2026, the ability to capitalize on a moment instantly, right, the next day probably, is exactly what they should be doing. I'm not saying I don't also see why they couldn't do different pictures or different angles for their base sets too. They actually are doing the best of Topps Now, like insert or subset in their sets.
Oh, that's
I've noticed.
Cool.
Have you seen those?
No, I haven't.
They did it for like football or something. I don't know where they did it, but it's pretty interesting.
So how many of these were ordered?
332,447. So this is a huge one. But every time that you do order those, it unlocks like, in the description here. So the more like each print run. So since they're over 250,000, we're gonna get the Opal Chromo Chromo parallels here of 50, 25, and 10. So like that's cool. Like that's something you don't normally see the print run getting that big. So we're actually gonna get those in there. For those who don't know, what you do is you order the Topps Now card. This is the base card that you get right here. But then you can get autographs, one-on-one superfractors, and
but think about like that. You're paying $12. What does it go down to when you order more?
I bought, if you buy 10, it's like $10 a card, and if you buy 20, it's like $8.50 a card, and so on. It goes up. But here's the thing: is when you order stuff from Topps website, you get Fanatics cash. So like every time that just sticks in the account. So I had $25 in Fanatics cash. So
how much did you spend to get that $25, Rod?
Well, let's not talk about that. All right. So
let's be honest, you're paying $10 for a lot of base cards, and you occasionally get something that's worth more.
But here's the play though, which a lot of people don't realize, and I'll tell you guys this. I did a lot of research. Topps Now cards have a very high gem rate based on how the card is manufactured and based on the thing. Last year,
probably have very high pop counts too, though, because everybody knows that.
But here's the thing: is like last year. I mean, there's a lot. But I'll give you an example. There's cards that they do Topps Now that have only sold a couple hundred. You know what I mean? Like, so
that's a good play. Yeah,
that's a great play.
But
So that's a great place. So-
300,000?
Well, this is an iconic moment, a USA iconic moment. You know what I mean? Like, so I get that this is going to be huge.
Totally get it, like for your PC and stuff,
Yeah,
and then maybe
yeah.
like buy a 10-pack and hope you get a numbered one, and then have some for your PC and maybe sell a few. I get that, but like I don't know. I always think through a flipping lens. There's no money unless you get lucky.
I did some research the other day, and I looked. I think in 2025, I think there was like, I want to say like maybe the 5,400 WWE cards that were graded by PSA in that year, and they had like an 84% gem rate through PSA on those. So very high conversion on this. So like low risk for the money. You have a chance to get parallels and other inserts in here. And if you do want to send them off to get graded, like you always have the opportunity there too. So I don't know. It's just something interesting. I just thought the card is So Tim, you still hate the tops now though?
I don't hate it. Sometimes it bothers me. I don't know. Like,
why does it bother you though? Like, because I
just told you, like that would have been a cool card in a set, but like
you
the
sound like the
tops
guy.
Now, it just seems like it's just a fishing expedition.
You sound like the guy in your front yard yelling, "Get off my yard!"
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
for sure. I'm with that. Like,
okay.
There's moments I love the concept of the instant now moment being put on a card. I love that concept. I just feel like the execution is starting to get a little weird now, and it's just, I don't know. We're still waiting for the triple USA Olympic auto.
Yeah, if that might be sending a pack, or I don't know, man. That has not been redeemed from Topps. That's the crazy thing on that, like Topps of that. But so Tim, with the World Baseball Classic right now, is there anyone that we should be looking out for prospect wise? That should be looking
Lucas Ramirez's cards went up like 4,000% overnight.
So, Manny's boy.
Yep, Manny's son. He hit 2 home runs off of like top tier American pitchers, and his card. So I have, obviously, because you guys know I buy and I just put it in my team lots. I had a Lucas Ramirez. He doesn't have a lot of cards either, which always helps. First Bowman, Aqua Geometric to 125. That was probably like a $5 card before the World Baseball Classic. Just sold this morning for $50.
Wow.
So I just listed mine, and I also listed a refractor, and then I have a first mojo of his. But yeah, it's he has by far been the biggest surprise of the World Baseball Classic. But I hope you guys are watching it because it is so electric. I think that is something they've done an amazing job with, because that is how you bring people back to the sport of baseball. Did you watch the clip of this is the first time the Dominican Republic national team has ever played on Dominican Republic soil, and it was an exhibition game, and it looked like it was the biggest sporting event of the world. Junior Caminero, Manny Machado, and Juan Soto went back to back to back. Imagine facing that lineup, bro. And they went back to back to back home runs. And the stadium, it looked like it was an amazing goosebumps on your arms watching stuff like that. So yeah, it's just, and like a guy who
was it in Santo Domingo, or where did they play?
I don't know if it was in Santo Domingo or not. I think it was. I'll tell you, really funny. So my son's birthday party, my buddy Doug, he's from Nicaragua, and my Josie's cousin's boyfriend Roger, he's from the DR. And so I was talking to Roger, and I was like, you watching the game last night? He's like, yeah, we whooped the Nicaragua's ass last night. And then I turn around, I look at Doug, I'm like, you're standing next to a Nicaraguan right now in line for Peruvian chicken food at my house. So yeah, it was it's just an amazing atmosphere, an amazing event. It's a great way to get back into baseball. I think they do a fantastic job.
Is it every 2 years, 4 years? How often do they do it?
I think it's every 2 years. And then so like Shohei, obviously his cards are. I mean, you think his cards can't go up anymore. He had a grand slam his first at bat for Japan, and then you have a guy who I really like, Toronto Blue Jays prospect, who I've been able to buy his cards really cheap, and he's performing like under the radar. He hit a home run for Israel. RJ Shrek has a first Bowman for the Toronto Blue Jays. So like it's similar to like last year with last week when we were talking about Taylor Green at the combine, right? This is what's so important about what we do. Like you have these cards, like you have to be in touch with what's going on in sports. Like all the money, everything that everybody talks about with hype, right? Like there's so much hype in sports cards. there's bad hype and there's good hype, right? Like the bad hype is people who are telling you this is who you should buy because, and there's no evidence behind it, right? Like the new products coming out, this is the top guy, right? Like we're all buying Desmond Ridder, right? At that point in time, or Christian Vaquero for the Nationals when he's 19 years old and hasn't even played stateside yet. But then, like, you have these moments where this is your opportunity to cash in. Cam Schlittler last year, I listed those cards. I sold his first Bowman Chrome base card for $40. What is that card selling for now, Rod?
$9, $8.
If you're lucky.
probably
More like
$4
$3 to $5.
Oh yeah, it's actually no, it is because I sold it for what, $3 or $4 or something.
Exactly.
Like that,
so like this, that's why it's so important.
Well,
like for people like us who make.
What about this guy?
Yeah, I mean, this is a crazy thing here. Look at that. That's 1 year right there. Difference.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing that I think happens with a lot of people. They see this, right? And they think, I got to wait because it's going to continue to go to the moon. And this is, once again, not financial advice, but I mean, what would Connor have to do in his first, like, let's say I don't think there's going to be a bump much of any if he makes the team, but let's say what would he have to do to go up from that? Hit a cycle, hit a grand slam opening day? I mean, I can't imagine anything but people just losing interest, even if he's great for the first couple months of the season.
So somebody asked me the other day, because in my short, I said, you should be buying all the Connor Griffin, Kevin McConaughey's you can, right? And somebody told me, oh, it's too late. I said, it might be too late for cards like this, right?
Oh, yeah.
But like unlicensed stuff,
no dollar stuff,
pro debut,
yep.
Refractor.
I find Bowman first stuff, I found Bowman first stuff in the 10-cent box. So you come across some of those guys in the 10-cent box and you sell them for $5, $10, $9, $14. Like Connor, what was that? Were we talking about the paper Connor Griffin, or was it somebody I was listening to on Instagram?
Are you cheating on us?
No, I'm trying to think of where I heard about
cards?
this.
Are you talking to someone else about cards and not us?
No, it might have just been a video I watched or something, but it was like the paper Connor Griffins were like $10 to $15.
Gotcha.
So listen,
you could find those in bargain boxes.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now there's only 5 players who are this is a little trivia for you guys. 5 active players currently right now whose first Chrome base autos sell for more than Connor Griffin. Can you name them?
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout is one.
Shohei.
That's 2.
Paul Skeens.
Nope.
Ooh. Bobby Witt. No,
yep.
He's not. Bobby Witt's one. Okay.
Yep. Bryce Harper.
Nope.
I'm trying to think who else would be up there. That's Yamamoto.
Nope.
Kershaw.
Well, Yamamoto doesn't have a first.
Oh, okay. That's right. Who else would it be?
There's 2 more.
Acuna.
Nope. Which surprised me. That one surprised me. I think that will change this because Acuna looks really good right now, healthy.
Trying to think who else is a big stars. Aaron Judge.
Yep.
Oh, Judge. Yep.
Judge.
And you got one more.
Who's the last one?
Rally. Cal Rally.
Nope.
Probably not.
No, it have to be a big star that we're not.
Aristides Aquino.
No, we've said his name within the last 20 minutes.
We say a lot of names.
Juan Soto is the last one.
Oh, Juan Soto. Gotcha. That makes sense. Well, I think the biggest thing, though, with people need to realize, and it's like the coffee. It's like buying a coffee. Like, we don't care. If I go buy a Starbucks coffee, it's going to be $5-6. Like, if anything's under $10 or less, we don't care. People will buy it. Even they don't care what the market is because they spend money on stuff they want when it's like $10 and under. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're going to get a lot more casual, collectors that are like, Connor's on the team. He got called up. I'll pay $9. They're not worried. They're not comping a Bowman first card. They just want it. And the market's the market at that moment. They're not going to wait.
That's why the low dollar cards do so well. That's why we have such huge margins. Yes, granted, you might be making $2-3 a card, but at the end of the day, like you rinse and repeat that, 100 times during an hour.
We're dealing oftentimes with team collectors and player collectors because that they just want more of the cards that they love, and they're not buying the highest end stuff because it's just a waste of money. But they'll buy the low end and stack that up, put it in binders and boxes, and enjoy.
Yeah, so it just goes to show you, though. I feel like there is I say it all the time. I've been saying it and I'll continue to say it. I will always buy all sports. And you guys can tell right now how much of a sports junkie I am because I'm literally following NFL free agency while talking to you about sleepers from the World Baseball Classic, right? Like that's just who I am. Like I'm engulfed in sports, which is why I'm, would say this in a humble way, that's why I'm good at what I do with finding cards and bargain boxes, right? Because I'm in the trench. I put in the work, like knowing the game, knowing the players, knowing the sport. But like there is nothing like baseball cards.
Absolutely.
There just really is not. There are things that you can do with baseball cards that you cannot do with any other sport. Basketball is actually kind of close. Like if you drop it, but you have to have like a 50-point game. And how many, like it's a little difficult for the guys who are a little obscure to have 50-point games, right? But like right now towards the back half of the season is kind of an interesting sort of thing, right? Like look at Angel Reese's brother, Juju Reese, right? Just signed a 10-day two-way contract with the Washington Wizards. And in his first game, he had a double-double. Became the youngest player ever to have a double-double in his debut with 10 offensive rebounds as part of his double-double. So, like, is it
because he's missing, like, a ton of shots like Angel?
No. You watch the highlights. People say that all the time about Angel Reese, and that's a myth, too. If you look at Angel Reese's statistics, she has more defensive rebounds than offensive rebounds. But, people like to hate. But anyways, that's what the thing about baseball is like there's off season is not really a thing, right? Like there's so many different things that are going on. You have the World Baseball Classic. Now you have prospects. Think about these guys who are like a Lucas Ramirez. He's not even going to play in AA, AAA, single A for like another 2 months. So you have that 2-month stretch where his cards are going to be selling off of the comps based on his World Baseball Classic performance.
And we got spring training right now as well.
Spring training. And then like with baseball, like it's 162 games. People are playing every night. All it takes is for one person to do 4 home runs in a game. You turn around, you go to your box, you pull their card out, you list it right then and there.
So, and it's not even just that. It's you go to the card show that weekend and look through boxes because people are not going and checking through their boxes like that. And you can find, that's what we do all the time. We find deals based on what happened 3 days ago.
And that's why it's also important to be organized with
I was just about to say that. About to say that, man. Because you need to list them by year or by team or whatever system that you have in place.
I mean, you have Rod who's over there like swimming like Scrooge in top loaders, right? And he's sending us pictures of guys, and I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? You are like literally like you can't. This is a big thing though, Rod. And I don't say this to bust your balls, right?
No.
I say this because it's a big difference between there's going to be times where like you have those cards and it's $6 and because you put it in a box and you didn't know where it was, now it's $100 card. But cards like that, like you need to move that card because it's the most 100%. Expensive it's probably been ever and probably will be anytime soon. And that's a really unique situation too because he doesn't have a first chrome auto.
So I will tell you, you hit the nail on the head with this. So one thing that I am learning from buying, we talked about it here about buying collections and stuff like that. Probably the biggest thing I would say, if you ever going to buy a collection or think about buying a collection, is you have to know how to process it. And I didn't have a way to move my common stuff and go through everything. So if I was going through process, I'm just moving it literally from one part of the house to the other part of the house, and it's just more of a pain in the ass. So I started to get the actually, one of the viewers, I know Keith from Vintage Sports Flip talked about it, and someone else sent me a message, but they used to get the priority flat rate boxes, 12 by 12 by 12, and I would just fill it with like common cards, stars, Hall of Famers, whatever. And I've been selling these in lots on eBay now for $60 free shipping. Shipping cost me about $25. I'm not making much off it. I'm getting about $25 after fees and stuff like that from these boxes. But dude, I have literally sold, I think I'm on like 7 or 8 boxes now. So I've sold over 40,000 cards in the last week, which has helped me get, clear off my shelf. And now I'm starting to process stuff. And I'm going through these boxes and I'm finding stuff that like either I'm like, wow, I wish Austin Meadows, if I had these Austin Meadows cards when he was hot back in the day, there's a box literally with 120 Austin Meadows cards, rookie cards in there, first Bowman's, everything else. Because like, the guy I bought the collection from, like, there's one thing he had in there, you know what I mean? But then, like, I'm also finding other stuff, like Cary and stuff like that rookies in there, because back in 2022, he wasn't that big of a deal as he is now. So, like, it goes both ways. But I agree with you. Being organized and having a system in place goes a long way. So I'm separating my Bowman boxes right now. I'm getting everything put in place, it feels great, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like I just finished going because football has always been tough for me because I sell most of my football moves fast and I don't buy as much volume in football as I do baseball. So like, and now I'm looking at I finally finished organizing all of my football cards, professional football cards. This is another question for anybody who's watching still at this point, an hour in, and you two. If a guy signs in the NFL and plays in the NFL and you have his college card, would you catalog that with his professional team or would you catalog that in a college catalog?
College. I put it in the college.
Really?
Yes.
I put it with professional teams because I would know what college he went to if maybe I had a college collector I was dealing with. So
let me rephrase that. When I did my live selling shows, I would put it with the team because, like for example, like Luther Burton, like when he signed got drafted by the Chicago.
Now he's in a Chicago.
Now I put that in Chicago. Yes, but let's say if it was older stuff and the guys
like out of the league, I put it back in the college.
Put it back in the college. Yes. Okay.
That's what I'm going to be doing. Cool. So, but I come to the realization where I don't have a lot of liquid football left. And I'm thinking about just selling off all of my football cards and starting scratch again.
It's going to be interesting because we are literally we're filming this on the 9th. We are 3 weeks away from the Topps acquiring the NFL licensing. So like there's going to be
Daniels put out an Instagram story of all his Topps Chrome autograph signing stuff.
Who did that?
Jaden Daniels.
Oh, that's cool.
You'll like this. 1990 Topps Chrome insert refractor autos coming out.
Ooh.
Did they have a 19?
That was like the supplemental set for Emmitt Smith, right? That design?
Yeah.
Interesting.
1990 Topps, but like their Chrome versions.
Look, I'm curious.
There's some pictures of him signing the autographs of that card.
That's cool. Yeah. No, it's I'm pumped, man. So you are gonna move thinking about moving all your football?
I'm thinking about moving all my football. I don't know how I'm gonna do it quite yet, but I don't have a lot. But I mean, like, there's some cards I might like save to be like the foundation of like the moving forward.
Yeah.
But like I got a lot like this is like an NFC East stack. DeShazer Everett, like
there's a junior sale.
That's it right there. Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. I love that design.
So like, I mean, I have like Jeremy, like there's Troy Aikman, Javonte Williams autograph, like Joe Milton, like my Eagles stack. Only Eagles players I have: Antoine Powell-Ryland, Kyle McCord, Tanner McKee, John Mechie, and Jahad Campbell. So it's like I don't have a lot of liquid stuff right now.
Yeah. You're better just running them in team lots, just liquidating them. You know what I mean? At this time.
So, and the same thing with basketball. I think I will tell you that my women's basketball card game is strong. I've been moving a lot of women's. Dog, Michaela Blake's is selling so good right now. If you guys have any of her stuff,
I've been finding her at card shows decently.
Vanderbilt, Bowman,
yeah,
buy it all, bro. She is a dog.
Speaking about card shows, we got a video message that I need to present to you guys. It's in regards to our comps, our discussion that we made last week on comps. So let me pull this up.
Yeah, I encouraged Tom to send this because he went after me at the flea market.
Okay. So you guys ready for this?
This is our resident fourth amigo here.
So he said that he told me that he had an issue with some of the stuff that we said about comps.
Who said, me or you?
I guess you'll want to wait. Watch the video.
He is pro Rod on this discussion.
So here we go.
Him.
I mean, if he's a smart man, see Tim's face has got to be here when he hears this. So I gotta wait for Tim to come back. So, I mean, he would be a smart man to agree with me. I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, come on now. But where did Tim go? Is Tim scared? Like, is he scared?
It's an emergency. Poop.
All right.
Maybe
you ready, Tim? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Big Tom. I just want to make this little video for you guys and give you an update of what I thought after the podcast last week, talking about comps and dealer pricing, and if you should ever say the word what I got invested in the card and stuff. So I'd like to run a couple scenarios by you what it made me think of you guys doing the conversations about this last week. So let's start off with normal card show talk and talk to a guy. We don't know who the guy is, but let's just say he goes to a card show and buys 130 cards at $96 and comes up with a 58-cent buy cost.
Is that me?
Let's review this in his head. Got all these cards, going to take them home for 58 cents. But the guy doesn't believe in comps. So what are we going to do when we get home? We're going to take our cards and get on our eBay app. We're going to go back here and look at the old pterodactyl app or whatever they call it on eBay there. A lot of us don't use that anymore. He scrolls on there and says, this Gaston card that I got at 58 cents last year sold for $22. This year it sold for $25. There's none listed on eBay, so I think I'm going to put it on at $35. Guess what you just did? You comped the card. Can we quit saying that you don't comp cards? You comp cards every week. All hail Jaden Daniels. Don't forget.
So if that doesn't answer your question, Tim, I don't know what does.
Is that it? That's the video? I'm the only one who he talks about?
No. There's more.
Okay, let me rebuttal.
I'll give you the floor to this right now.
So listen. Yeah.
Based on your hat, it is 230 is my guess.
So yeah, I comp cards, right? But I don't comp cards at the card show, right? And when I don't comp cards the way that most people comp cards. Like you see, he did talk about how I comp my card, right? So like I don't comp cards like how these kids comp cards and they're like, oh, well, the last one did this and the average of the last three, like, but even though those last three comps were from the off season, right? So like everybody has to comp cards. Yes. It's not like I don't ever comp cards and I just pull prices out of my ass. You know what I'm saying? But like, I think that in the sense, in the context of the conversation that we were having last week is what I was referring to. Obviously I have to comp cards as a card dealer. You know what I'm saying? And there are, anomalies and stipulations to when you should and shouldn't comp cards. Right. So, but yes, that is very well done.
I talked to Tom too about like the over reliance on comping at card shows. Like, and we deal with low end stuff. Me and Tim in particular, like under $20. You should be able to, for the most part, have an idea what stuff's worth as a dealer, and I guess as an educated buyer, and then just come up with a price without comping, $3 cards, for example.
Yeah. But kudos to Tom. That was well done.
That was funny. That was
Let's
good.
see what else he has to say. Let's see what else
he's going to go after me, and I'm going to cry.
Okay. Get out the tissues.
Guys, let's work on the second scenario here. Let's say we got this customer coming up to a dealer at a card show. We're going to do two scenarios, table 1 and table 2. Here we are at table 1. Let's get our buyer ready here. We won't say any names and guess who this is, but let's just say he has a camera and he's looking at this card. Excuse me, sir, I'm looking at this Yamamoto card you have here at $40. Is there any way you can do any better on that? Oh, okay. You have a little bit of room on that to be flexible? Man, I appreciate that. What could you do on it? Oh, I could do $30 on it. Really? Okay, I would be interested in this card at $30, sir. Thank you for being so honest and let me know kind of what you had in the card or if you had some room on it. I appreciate that. I like really working with dealers like that. Thank you, sir. Now let's go to table 2. Guy goes, same guy, comes back over to table 2, picks up this Otani card. Excuse me, sir, this Otani you have marked at $60. Is there any way you can do better than that? You have close to that. You have close to the comp and what you paid for the car. Well, sir, that's just not going to work for me. I'm on this side of the table. You're over there. You're supposed to be helping me over here. But you have close to that in the card. Well, I don't like when dealers say that. Like, you should be able to benefit me over here. Well, yeah, I appreciated that dealer for being honest because it benefited me. You're not benefiting me with the price of this card. Sir, I can't do this card. I've got to leave now. Let me call home. Don, I'm leaving the show. Make sure you got the meatloaf ready.
A few inaccuracies. Don would have been right next to me, probably.
And holding the camera.
And holding the camera. I don't think I get like in people's faces about stuff. I will put people's cards down. I will say, oh, okay, put it down, and I will walk to the next booth. If the price doesn't, obviously benefit me to be able to buy it, but they can ask whatever they want.
I don't think he was referring to you in that live situation. I think he was referring to more or less your debate last week, say that there's no possible way that dealers should tell you what what they have in.
Yeah, it does. It's I stand by that. It's irrelevant
I
information
stand by
for
it
me.
too.
It's irrelevant information
irrelevant.
for me. It's relevant information for them. So they simply just say, "Yeah, I can't move on that. If I can't buy it, just like if somebody selling to them can't move on a number and they can't buy it, they move on. It's that simple."
Yeah, and it's not.
I don't need to know the information.
That's the other thing too, is that like when that scenario happens, it's not like there's no harm done. If
it's
you
not like
can't
a negative.
sell me the card for the price that I want to buy it for,
I'll probably
then that's
buy
fine.
I'll probably buy from the dealers another time when there is a deal that I can get.
Exactly.
And sometimes some dealers I understand, like I also understand some dealers are spot on their prices, like what stuff's worth. And I realize, there's not going to be a lot of options now or in the future for me to be able to buy cards from them. And I don't have an issue with that, because as long as they're making money and coming to the shows and having a good time and being profitable, that's awesome. But I have to be able to make money for me to buy. That's just how it is.
So I agree with both those statements, but I will say, knowing that what the dealer may have into a card and what they can't give a lot of movement, I'm still able to get that card at maybe what the dealer paid for it if I'm buying other stuff from him.
Yeah.
Say, okay, if you don't have movement on that, would you be able to get your money back on that if I buy the rest of this stuff here? So I've done that in the past where I'd be able to get a discount on that card, knowing that additional information. But
and once again, like the caveat last week, sorry, if I know the dealer, I've worked with them, that's a little different. They could be like, okay, they're just going to be honest. They're like, this stack, I've got room, this stack, or this card, I don't have any leeway. So I'll just be like, yeah, let's take that one out then. Or, can I get it at this price if I buy everything else? So there is, but in general, when you're just going up to somebody, I don't think, because it doesn't affect what a card is worth, what you paid, if that makes sense, in my opinion.
Full disclosure, he did say at the very end.
Hey, in all seriousness, guys, love all three of you. Was at the card show this weekend with Cary and was just having a good time BSing, talking about making this video. I thought you guys would get a kick out of it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Love the stuff you do. Can't wait to get back on another episode. We'll talk to you guys later.
We love Tom. Tom, and we should get Raz. We should get Raz. Yeah, Rod, the golden child over here.
Yeah, well, when you're right,
he didn't put on this. I was expecting him to get full Tarleton State gear on and just have you crying on the bench, wishing you could get put in.
Yes, pretty much it. But all right, Tim, do you have any upcoming shows coming up this week?
I'll probably be on Dibdit Cards a couple times this week. I did not go to a card show this weekend because it was my son's first birthday party.
Happy birthday, Camden!
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. Like, this podcast has basically been around from like the day when having Camden into our lives. So it's kind of wild that he's turned 1. I did go to the card shop on Wednesday. It's just the best card shop in the world. Like, I cannot wait for the day that you guys can come up here because it is just crazy.
Is it good? Do you think is it good because it's just opened up and it's not?
No, they've been open for years.
Gotcha. They just have really good pricing on stuff
and the volume. I mean, like, there's people that come there and they'll pull out a box of 67 Topps baseball. And they'll have their checklist and they want to see if they can upgrade from their set that they're building, right? But then they have like first Bowman baseball boxes. They have basketball autographs and relics. They have 90s basketball. They have retired stars. They have 10-cent box, 25-cent box, 1, 3, 5, 10 boxes. They have showcases. They have all the wax you can imagine. That's not even the Pokemon side. They have an entire Pokemon side. Like, it's just it's like 12 hours you could be at that shop and you would maybe get through like 50% of the cards, right? And the pricing and the staff is just phenomenal. And like, they've always treated me like family. And it's just like, Bel Air Sports Card Shop is the greatest
I would encourage
shop I've ever
everybody to go out around your area and be willing to travel maybe 90 minutes or something. Go to different card shops, because I'm certain that most people somewhere within range of them has a card shop like that where they go in, they'll feel comfortable, they'll be able to dig, or they'll be able to do whatever they want, buy boxes or whatever. And it's kind of like a old school Cheers bar thing, you know, like
1000% it is.
Or a barber
drive
shop.
An hour and a half to get there and almost 2 hours coming back during rush hour. So
for my local one, K&T, I'm like 45, 47 minutes. And then you sit there and everybody just talks and has a good time.
I saw on IG that they have remodeled the store, and
they did, yeah.
How have they added more boxes now? They look like they added a bunch of new shelving and stuff like that.
They just took down a wall. They were literally chopping, getting ready to do it when I was there last week. So they're going to have a lot of extra space for bargain box walls, but they had everything on tables, just kind of like an old school layout, which is perfectly fine. They put everything on a wall so you could take it out and then put it on the table. So it's just more, they gave themselves more space. It's a small shop, so they maximize their space by taking out that one wall and everything. And yeah, did you see that Mike from K&T, he was on Sports Card Investor's last video?
Really?
Yeah, they were negotiating. They did a trade or something. So
nice. Okay. Yeah,
because he went to Jeff was at Space Coast. What was it, like 2 or 3 weeks ago? I was telling you guys. So
I think this is a year that we all need to go to a sports card show and have the no bangers there and do our podcast live.
Yeah,
I think that's something we need to get going this year. What do you guys think?
I'm in.
You're in for that? If
Yeah.
you guys let us know in the comments down below. If you guys have a sports card show in your area, you want the no bangers to come there, let us know in the comments down below. But all three of us need to get together. We did one live from the National from a hotel room last year, but I think that was so much fun. That was fun.
That was
Live
fun. I was a little gassy, but it was fun.
That's just hanging out with Tim, dude. Morning, noon, night, when he's sleeping.
With a food Facebook page like you have, like marriage swinging for food.
Exactly.
How can you not be gassy? Like, geez, come on, man. So, but if you'd like to be gassy, you can join Tim and help his food obsession here and become a member and help support the show. For $1.99, you become a value box member and help support the show. For $4.99, you can become a bargain box member, or actually that's reverse. Bargain box is $1.99. $4.99 is value box, and you get the podcast a day early. You get a little special icon behind your name, and if you like to be like me, buy a case. The Elite of the Elite for $9.99. You get the podcast early. You get all the other benefits in there, and we will be dropping shows, secret episodes that are for members only. We have a couple up there already. Tim's going to be doing one here. He's just waiting for the full list to come out for the prospecting, and we will have that up here very, very soon. So
it is out, but I was busy this week with
I got you.
the birthday. But yeah, it is out, so definitely go check him out. There's some interesting names on the list. And I would just go by Kevin McConnell and Connor McGriffin. That's all I'm going to say. This.
Let's clarify. When you said earlier, you posted up that people should buy this right now. When we talked about earlier about buying these prospects and being organized of that, he's talking about buying this player to flip right away. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, somebody asked me about that. They said, "Are you if you're buying Kevin McConnell?" Because I mentioned this and I forgot to mention the back half of that. Somebody told me that it's too late on Connor Griffin, and I said it's not too late. You just have to buy the right cards. It's too late for the high end stuff, but not the low end stuff. Second thing is somebody asked me, so when you buy these cards, are you selling them right away or are you holding them until they get called up? And I said, I'm selling them right now because the Connor Griffin market and Kevin McConnell market is so liquid and so like up in crazy percentages that for me, it's like Cary talks about all the time. It's like, yeah, you could hold it, but I can make money right now. Like, why am I not going to make money right now? You know what I'm saying? So, like, for me, like, I bought 8 Connor Griffin cards not this weekend, but the weekend before last on Saturday, and by Monday, they were all gone. I bought 2 Kevin McConnell cards this Wednesday, and they were gone by Thursday. So
you won't go out of business, selling a profitable card that you have the correct amount of money in. Right now, you will go out of business holding stuff and then making mistakes if you do it wrong and you do it enough. So if you got a card in front of you, you can sell, especially if you're a bargain boxer. When he gets called up, you'll be at a different bargain box. You'll be able to find different cards of that player. It happens. I remember when Ellie hit those 4 home runs, I think it was, or something.
All those.
I found I was there the day before, I think, at the bargain boxes. I knew they were in there and I waffled and didn't get them. He had that big game. It was within a couple day period this happened. I went back and I bought them all. And I didn't go crazy. I doubled my money on it. I didn't try to get crazy amounts of money. I just realized I'm going to double my money up real quick and move on.
I just think people need to realize for every Shohei and Aaron Judge out there, you're going to have people like Ellie De La Cruz, Gunnar Henderson, Acuna, like these players that were super hot. The cards were going crazy. And then when they kind of got up to the majors, their cards kind of have dropped now. Anthony Volpe, like all these guys, like, the market has gone up and then it's just gone right back down.
I would just encourage everybody.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Jacob Wilson is known.
And that guy's probably going to come out and be hitting 330 this year.
Yeah,
And
he was going to be rookie of the year, and then he got hurt, and Nick Kurtz went crazy, right? And won rookie of the year. And like Jacob Wilson's market is down to the point where like I think it's a great time to buy Jacob Wilson. And obviously we don't give, buying advice here, but I mean, based on the facts, like it seems like he's stupid underpriced. Same thing with Junior Caminero. I think Junior Caminero wins American League MVP. I'm going to say it every week until we get closer to the season, and I'm wrong.
Do you know what the problem with him is? It's playing for the Rays. That's the problem. I'm telling you right now. I live in Tampa Bay. I'll tell you that right now. They have the worst attendance because no one wants to drive across the bridge to go to St. Pete because it's not in Tampa. It's in St. Pete. And there's only one bridge to get through there, and the game's at 7 o'clock, and at rush hour, you have to go over there, and it's the worst. And they have such a horrible fan base. They're supposed to be building a new stadium in Tampa, which is going to be absolutely – you're going to see a huge market change and market shift with Tampa if that does happen. They got new ownership now, so we will see. They're trying to make an industrial complex where they'll have the Yankees minor league stadium, the Buccaneers stadium, and then the Rays stadium all in the same area, which would be awesome. They really do. And then you have downtown, you have the Lightning and stuff like that. But
all right. Well, but you know who helps fund the new No Bangers stadium? It's going to be Todd Cart, the 1971 bottle. Great year. Flip 316 says he does say something, and one of these days I'm going to remember what he says because he said it as a comment on the YouTube channel.
I just whooped that bargain box ass, and that's the bottom line.
Vintage Sport Flips with no S, our resident veterinarian. We got Buster Chestnut, our resident comedian and
did you
MC.
ACW cards?
Who has what?
ACW cards? It's on my list. I'm just making sure we didn't skip
ACW.
Did I say
cards.
ACW?
No,
I
you
forgot
skipped.
ACW cards.
Yep.
Thank you. I skipped him. Shout out Cary. He saw you. Sports cards with Chef in the kitchen, whipping it up. Neon Penguin, the producer of the world famous No Banger stickers. Cardboard Bambino. Shout out to the Bambino. Where Yin's at. Shout out to our guy Nick Yins. Big Tom, who is the fourth amigo. You guys just saw Big Tom on the TV just now. DZ Money, the biggest Chicago Bear, Bull, and Cub fan I know. Big shout out to Porter and Son Trading, your home for flannels, pocket knives, Coleman lanterns, and sports cards all in one place.
Lodge Logic pans, those cast iron pans.
Oh, good call there. Great for camping and
Bolo.
making.
Look out for it at the thrift
Knife
stores.
and fork bacon. I love a good knife and fork bacon.
It's a Kodiak pancake. I could eat one of those right now. Protein pancakes.
Dude,
Oh my
I
gosh.
love pancakes. I wish I could find a pancake competition.
Focus. Read through it.
Dusty Box Treasures. For some reason on the list it says Dusty Box Case. You're just trying to mangle Dusty Box. It's Feezy.
It's Feezy.
Is it Feezy or Fezzy?
Fezzy, like Fezziwig.
There's two Z's, so I'm assuming it's Fezzy. Shout out Fezzy, the Fezmeister. Benji, we still haven't figured this out. It's either Benji V89 or Benj 489 or Benji 589. But shout out Benji V89 and Laxon in Philly. Whoa, this thing just moved. I don't know what's going on here. Value Box.
Laxton Philly's a brand new person, by the way.
There is a brand new person where?
Laxton Philly's brand new.
Brand new. Shout out
I hate you,
Laxon Philly.
Writing in 7-11, so you could say 7-11 because I like to say it.
Value Box members, we're speeding things up here. Lodi Sports Cards, Brown Jordan, Shaky 1994. Laxon in Philly is apparently a Value Box and a Bargain Box member. Bigo, Big Guy Horger, shout out Craig. Chrono Rig, Dialtrons, Diltrons, Yarbs Zaruski, the Yarbs Yard, and everybody's favorite Value Box member, Channel Deleted.
And our, who that is.
Our Bargain Box members is going to be Derek Kramer, Phone 595, Arson Arndinger, 2575, Bieber, Cards, James Stars, The Tank 211, Tropical Rico, and Dunblock 2929.
Excellent
This
work.
has been sponsored by www.dibditcards.com, America's favorite place to buy and sell trading cards, allegedly.
There we go.
Here we go.
That is all of them.
There we go.
Well, and also, too, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. That also really helps at the channel. If you guys don't want to give us your hard-earned money, we also take a subscribe from you for free. But
Yeah, and this is a test here to see who made it all the way to 1 hour and 24 minutes. I want you guys to rank your No Bangers podcast members' favorite 1 through 3. Not members, host. So 1, 2, 3. Rank the 3 of us as your favorites. I want to see how many of you are listening at 1 hour and 24 minutes and 35 seconds. 36, 7, 8.
You're making the loyalist people have to hurt some of our feelings. Rod's going to be crying next week.
Well, see, the way I look at it is no matter what, we'll be top 3. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
you're gonna get a medal either way.
Yeah, Tim just doing
bronze, silver, or gold.
He's like, I got top 3 guys. I got a medal. Look at me. I can add to my list.
You can't be mad at top 3, bro.
All right, get him in, man. That's it.
Let's go.
Guys, make sure you check out Dibdit Cards for your best spot to buy singles and breaks, allegedly.
Yeah, no bangers on 3. 1, 2, 3. No bangers.
You better have done it at home, folks.